Hey, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in to Soul Radio USA, also Behind the Groove. Today we're here at the Park City, Utah, at the Park City Songwriters Festival, and we're going to interview some of the songwriters. Thank you, and continue to tune in. Thank you. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's do this.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Soul Radio USA, also Behind the Groove, right here live. We're up here in Park City at the Songwriters Songwriters Festival. And this is Bryon. Bryon, can you give him your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Bryon Friedman, and I am from Park City, Utah, where the inaugural Park City Songwriter Festival is happening right now.
Tongue twister.
It is a bit of a tongue twister. And no, the funny thing is, like, I was totally copping on the MCs that were introducing it as the first annual. Mm-hmm. And we're at a songwriting festival where, like, words are important, and you want to say, I feel like you want to write what's you know, how it's supposed to be said. It's inaugural.
Inaugural.
Not first annual.
I like
it's
the inaugural. Yes, it's more more gravitas to it.
Yeah, man. Totally.
Definitely.
So we're at the inaugural Park City Songwriter Festival.
Definitely, man. Everybody's got to check this out. I've been here for 2 days. It's my second day, and I've seen some amazing artists perform upstairs, downstairs, down the street at the venues. I've been to the Flanagans, I've been to Spur, I've been to the Cavin, and now we're here at O.P. Rockwell, and I've seen all kinds of genres of music and musicians perform and actually have good skills, and and some of them actually won some Grammys and some major awards out there. So tell us what you do.
Oh man, I'm a run of the litter around here, brother. Like it's, but I play music. I'm a songwriter.
Okay.
I don't want to be too self-deprecating because we're amongst like Hall of Famers, right? I mean, a few Hall of Famers, some serious hit songwriters, right? And my music career kind of started, later in life, I would say. Mm-hmm. You know, I was a professional skier for 10 years.
Really?
I was on the U.S. ski team for 10 years, and through that experience, I was just playing music for fun, and just strumming the chords and traveling the world and enjoying ski racing. And then I had a catastrophic injury that I almost lost my leg and had a lot of complications and 10 surgeries later. They put Humpty back together again, and through that process of recovery and trying to get back to sport, I started writing, and music was my therapy, and that's how I found it. That's what it means to me, and so my music career has just been a little different in that regard. It's been very personal. Yeah.
That's amazing to hear that you were a skier and you actually tore yourself up and found music through the meditation time, the focal time that you had to get back into something other than skiing. Is that how it happened, or was it just like, I don't know if the skiing is going to work anymore, or you were always into music? Which one?
Well, I was always into music. Yeah, I always had a passion for it. Right. I mean, I think I craved it as a very young as a kid. Like,
what was your favorite music at that time?
When I was growing up, this is kind of funny. You know those funny infomercials you used to see, like the sounds of the 40s, 50s, and 60s? You could buy like the box set, right? Yeah, I guess you do. But you could buy like the box set of cassettes, right? Mm-hmm. And I begged my mom and dad, I was like, I want that box set. I want that box set. So I got into it with like that kind of early, maybe more R&B, croonery type genres. And I like fell in love with Bruce Springsteen early on. I fell in love with Pearl Jam when I was, a teenager. And I'll never forget the first time I heard Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone. It was the first song that I heard of his. Somehow, I don't know why that was the first one. And I was at a ski camp in Mount Hood, Oregon. And one of the older skiers was playing that. And I just said, I have to have that. What is that? And that's how I knew I was just hooked.
Wow.
And that was kind of, I don't know, I just kept seeking it, and somehow it finds you every once in a while.
It does. Music is the centerpiece, I think, to bring people together.
Yes.
It doesn't matter race, color, creed, religion, any of that. It's just music. Good music brings everybody together, and they feel happy.
Yeah.
I think it can give all kinds of emotions, and that's what it does, I think, to other people. You mentioned Bob Dylan. I happen to know his wife, Carol Dennis, who worked with me.
Oh man,
yes,
that's cool.
So it's funny
cool.
that you're saying that, and it's just ironic how small the world really is, and what people grow up listening to, and what they really favor. So, what do you play?
I play guitar. I play acoustic guitar. I also play slide guitar. I bought
6-string.
Yeah,
Okay.
6-string. And I got really into Ben Harper for a while, and I loved that slide tone, and I started researching Weissenborn shaped slide guitars. So this German immigrant came to America and started making these teardrop shaped guitars, and he made them early, like I want to say like 20s and 30s and 40s, and then I don't know if he died or stopped making them or whatever, but there was like this period of time where all these guitars were made, and for a long time they weren't made. And so I was seeking an old guitar, and I ended up going to this beautiful folk music store in Claremont, California, that Ben's family owned, and I bought this beautiful so let me rewind just a little bit on the slide, because when I broke my leg, I broke my hand and I couldn't play.
Wow.
So my buddy converted my old acoustic guitar to a slide guitar, just raised the strings up for me, put a slide bar in between my hand. I had a cast on, and I could still play. And that's how I learned how to play slide. And so from that, I was like, I need to get a better sounding slide, because this thing's not sounding so good. Right. And that's how that happened, yeah. So
you say you skied. Now, all over the world, you were an Olympic skier. Were you in the Olympics?
No. And that's a point of contention.
Okay.
No, I just missed it. Like I was injured. I blew my knee out before the 2002 games. I broke my leg before 2006 games, and I made a comeback and then decided to retire just before 2010. I just didn't have it in me, man. Like I was broken, and I couldn't quite compete at the level that I needed to, and I was just swimming upstream. I had too much pain, and I was mentally just shattered, to be honest.
Wow.
And physically shattered. Yeah.
That's got to be amazing that you were right there, and then it didn't really happen like that for you, and now you're into music. And how do you feel about music?
Oh, I love it, man. I really do. It's therapy, first and foremost for me. It's I don't know. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel alive. It gives me that dopamine hit that I miss from ski racing and things of that nature. It allows me to talk about things maybe inadvertently through experience I've had in my life, and expressing them differently, right? I used to write very autobiographically, and through learning songwriting with new people and people that are like much better songwriters, I've kind of learned to tweak things a little bit and cover them up a little, but you can still write from an autobiographical foundation.
Yeah, in the soul, you feel that.
Yeah.
When you're out there, you're just strumming, and you get in the pocket and basically just flow with it.
Absolutely.
Who have you performed with it?
So
any major names that we would know?
So my biggest songwriting influence, like in terms of like writing partner, a guy named Johnny Neal, and he played in the Allman Brothers in the '90s, and he's a fantastic soul. I mean, huge soul. And we met probably like, oh man, how long has it been? 8 years ago? Maybe 6, somewhere in there. And I hadn't been playing music for a while. I kind of got sidetracked. And we had this conversation. A friend of ours introduced us, and he was playing a show that night. And we got to talking, and he's like, I heard you play. And I was like, yeah, I haven't been playing much lately. And he's just this gregarious, just beast of a man, blind since birth, plays the piano like crazy, unbelievable soul. And he just says, brother, you haven't been picking up the guitar. That's all. You got to pick up the guitar. And that was it, man. It hit me right here, and I picked it up, and we started playing and hanging out and doing gigs and writing songs, and he totally changed my perspective on songwriting. He said, it starts with a feel. Just get a feel. what are you feeling? Play that on the guitar, and that'll lead to an emotion that you can put a lyric to, or a melody that might come, and then it goes, and then just go down that path.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's
true.
one way to do it, you know? It doesn't have to be that way, but man, it's a good way to do it.
Welcome to Azevedo Studios in the heart of Salt Lake City, Utah. Let's take a look inside.
This is the lobby to the 8,700 square foot recording studio, where numerous productions are recorded and filmed on a daily basis.
Designed by Lex de Azevedo, the world-famous musical composer, he thought of everything the artist would want.
A professional sound booth, control room with state-of-the-art equipment, a production stage, an editor's bay, production room, and a large office space.
Upstairs, there is a New York studio-style condo.
This fully furnished living room has a gas fireplace, stainless steel appliances, and marble countertops, separate shower and tub, and a walk-in closet. Brand new washer and dryer. All of this is located in Salt Lake City, Utah.
So who would you say your style is after, or do you have your own style? Is it something that you're collaborating in your mind where I want to be like this person, or I want to do like this, I want to do, but you come from yourself.
Yeah.
But what else is it in you?
Yeah.
What is your, like, hey, I love this. This is what I feel most comfortable, whether it be whatever.
Yeah. I'm an interesting case, I think, and I'm still, honestly, don't really know.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's a great, honest answer.
I don't really know who I am
You
as a
keep
musician.
searching.
Yeah, I think I keep asking myself, and I ask for advice, like, to people that I respect. You know, like, what do you think? You know, what do you think of, you know, these songs I'm writing, or these albums that I've cut and whatnot. And even though I think we're improving, like my songwriting's improving, I don't know if I found that sweet spot, man. Like I don't really know. But from like who I love to listen to and who I hear in my head when I'm writing, or I'm a huge fan of Jeff Tweedy's. I love his style. I love the way he sings. I love the way he crafts interesting songs. So Wilco is probably one of my favorite bands. A lot of people compare me to, like, early in my career, and I was heavily influenced by Jack Johnson early on, just like really simple acoustic style, right? Yeah. And which I love too. I'm really into that, and that was like who I thought I wanted to be for a while. And then it's just I grew up a little bit and changed, and I don't know, still changing. You know?
Hey, that's the only thing that's the same is change.
Yeah, right. In 8th grade, they asked me that question. Like, that was like our entrance thing to get into honors English. They said, write about this. The only thing permanent is change.
Yes.
And we're like, whoa. So, right? That's the only thing that
really
is,
we got to keep living and changing and adapting to the life of what's going on in the world and how you feel and how you express yourself. And this is a good way to express yourself is through music.
No
can
doubt.
we hear you play? And what do you have here?
Yeah. Oh, you mean this thing?
Yeah, that thing.
This is a beautiful carbon fiber guitar, actually.
I've never seen one like that.
Check that out. So handcrafted, assembled in Utah. It's a Utah company, Close Guitars. This travel guitar, so I travel a lot. I go skiing all over Japan and South America and stuff still. So I take this thing wherever I go. I love it. And it sounds good. It's easy, light. It's light, and they don't break. Like they're really strong. I mean, I won't smash it over anybody's head or anything right now, but yeah, I like playing this guitar. It's really nice. So I'll give you a little glimpse of something new that I've been working on.
Excellent.
It's called Waiting on a Storm. Gotta stay busy, forecast daily. Now my mind is going crazy, waiting on a stone. No, I don't wanna wait any longer for the blue skies to go gray. Waiting on a stone. I've been waiting on a stone. Ooh. 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 Well, I've been waiting, I've been patient. Now I lack the motivation. My happiness is now frustration. Waiting on a stone. Now I don't wanna wait any longer for the blue skies to go gray. Waiting on a stone. I've been waiting on a stone. Ooh. 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 No, I don't wanna wait till it's over for the blue skies to go gray. Waiting on a storm. And that's what we got.
Hey, was that the first time playing it live for television?
Yeah, that was my first live for TV. Well, you know, I've done some local Park City TV stuff,
Okay.
you know, things like that. But, you know, live in terms of, I don't know, not local live. How's that?
That works.
My first non-local live.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Where do I see myself in 5 years?
Have you thought that far?
Jesus. That's a really good question.
Okay, how about next year?
No, I like it. I like it.
Okay.
I see myself playing a lot more music. I mean, I'm, you know, I've made a concerted effort the last couple of years to get back in the studio and write a lot more, and that happened. And I just made a record with the band of Heathens out of Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And it's, you know, you got to manifest a little bit, right? And so
Right.
in 5 years, I see myself playing a lot more, writing a lot more, recording a lot more, just being in music more because I love it. And like I said, it's kind of therapeutic. It is therapeutic for me. It's
Definitely.
I mean, I don't know. I can't tell you how many times I've had a little tear well up this weekend, listening to some of these songs and feeling that, right?
Right,
And,
right in the gut.
Right in the gut, man.
Because it's real.
Yeah.
And the people that are here at the festival are actually people that either struggled at one point in time, but they made it successfully. It takes a lot of hard work and perseverance and never giving up and somebody telling you, hey, man, you can't do that. That's not true. It's just keep on doing it, Find your niche and find who's listening to what because there's a lot of people going through the same emotion. They might not tell it to the person, but they're going through that and they can feel that in the music and the songs that you write as a songwriter.
Yeah.
And, you know, I find that stuff because I do a radio show also. And some of the songs I listen to as I'm playing, it's like, wow, man, I might be going through that, but I don't say that to somebody else. It's just like, wow, that's somebody else saying the same thing to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I think as a songwriter and a song developer, because I produce music too, is you get the whole genre for other people, and you just want to express yourself. One of the things I want to ask you is, who would you like to collaborate with?
It's a great question. It's a great question. I love Raylan Baxter.
Okay, I don't know who that person
So
is.
Raylan Baxter, I like his groove. I love his songs. He surrounds himself with great musicians, and it would be fun to be in a room with him and write a song. I love, I'm infatuated with this pedal steel player out of Houston, Texas, by the name of Will Van Horn.
Okay.
I would love to collaborate with Will Van Horn. Now, these are people that I'm kind of like, you know, little flavor crystals that you like pick out here and there, right? Things that just are sonically you're drawn to or whatever. In terms of, you know, shooting for the, you know, the high road, shooting for the high road and shoot a little too far or whatever. But, I mean, I would love to collaborate with Jeff Tweedy. It would be a badass collaboration. I actually have a pretty strong affinity for soul music as well. Like I'm a big fan. I actually just watched that what is that documentary they just did on? Man, I'm blowing it right now. It's so good, and it's 2-day, mid-70s Aretha Franklin live in the church. You know, the gospel album that she cut. And it just brought back that soul feeling, and you know, I listened to like Son and Star. They were they sang for Sharon Jones.
Okay.
You know, those types of collaborations for me would be fantastic. I mean, I'm not really a church-going man, but I'll go to church to hear the people sing.
The gospel.
Hear the gospel.
Most music is coming from the gospel. Somebody somewhere has some gospel in them. They're feeling them. They're feeling it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to blow your mind again because you named some people I might know. So one of my friends is H.B. Barnum, and he's Aretha Franklin when she was alive, her musical director.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
I'm
amazing.
gonna have you follow me on Facebook. Can you give us your Instagram, your social media following, so we can at least put that out there so people can follow you and see what you're doing and how you're doing down the road and maybe come visit you and see where you're performing at. Do you have any gigs coming up that you know that you want to plug?
No gigs coming up at all. I am going camping tomorrow and getting off the grid. I like to spend a lot of time away from things. In general.
I've learned a lot about Utah. A lot of people love camping out here, and I'm like, wow, there's nothing to do out there. But you know what? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I've learned to see the beauty in that, doing almost nothing like the city, because you know LA is a rat race. But Utah, I've learned to be beautiful and just relaxing and being able to actually explore your mind and explore the world. They call it God's country, I've heard, and I've learned about that.
Yeah,
and so I love Utah. I'm telling you that right now.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate that. I've received a warm welcome here. I thought it was going to be different for me, but I've experienced good things here.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, we're glad that it, you know, it feels good to you. Yeah, because Utah's a good place.
Yes, it is.
But so social media wise, it's my name at Bryon Friedman. BryonFriedman. Bryon Friedman. That's how you can find me on Facebook, Instagram. I don't really tweet, but I think I have an account. I'm not a huge poster, honestly. When I go on adventures, that's typically when I'll say something or update, you know, whether it's skiing in Japan or, you know, Chile or going on a camping trip or
that's
I don't
amazing.
know, like those types of things. That's kind of like where I draw inspiration from music now, and so I'll go on those trips and I'll bring my, you know, carbon fiber guitar and have some fun, and it's I don't know. Now I'm thinking like where I'm going to be in 5 years. You got my head spinning, Sydney. That's a good question, man. You got to look inside and think about that, and you know, and my wife and I have been talking about that a lot lately because she knows that I need more music in my life, and we've been talking about that, how to incorporate that and make that work, and I appreciate you prodding even more.
No worries, no worries. Do you still ski? Due to your injuries?
I do. I mean, it's a huge part of my life. It's a release for me as well. Like I can ski home on a good day in Park City. So when it's nice, I'm kind of more fair weather these days. When there's good snow and not too many crowds, which in Park City is fewer and further between these days. It's a pretty popular place to be. So I typically go backcountry skiing now. So I just put the skins on and I hike up the mountains and get away from everyone and just look at a nice open canvas, no tracks. Let it happen.
I haven't done the skiing here. I've heard it's beautiful, and
man, I gotta get you on skis.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one. But I'll do it. You know, I'll try it. You know, I don't have a problem. I just don't want to break my leg or arm or any of that. But yeah, I'm down to try anything. You know, realistically, I want to come experience some snow here and see how it is. And basically just try skiing, you know.
Yeah.
I did it when I was a little kid one time, and that was about it. And I never tried it again. So I definitely would like to do that. And meeting the people here, I see that I can come here and actually chill out and find out, hey, let's go skiing and let's see what it is to offer up here, you know.
Yeah.
I'm all about learning and trying to make it a better place and just do that. But in the near future, you know, I plan to do some things in Utah. And definitely would like to welcome you to come out and visit what we're about to do and bring music to Utah, bring a wider variety of music to Utah, actually.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that
Thank you
idea.
very much for taking this interview and taking the time to actually sit down with us and talk about your life and music.
My pleasure, Sid.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
And keep on blessing the world, man.
Oh, cheers.
Keep on keeping up your music and your dream and whatever it is you want to endeavor, even if it isn't music. But you seem like a really cool guy, and I appreciate your time.
Cheers. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for making me think about some things I need to think about. Who I want to collaborate with and where I'll be in 5 years.
There you go.
That's hey, we learn something new every day, and you got me on that one. I need to have that one. I need to know that one. I need to know that one. I need to be focused on that one.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's all I can say is thank you and God bless.
Yeah. Cheers.
Thanks once again.
Pleasure.
Peace, everybody.